What's going on, you guys? So check it, right? I've got a few topics I just want to update you on, and the first relates to new music that just dropped. And we finally got an album from the rap duo Champagne 69. Now this album is titled Waves Never Die, and if my memory serves me right, I don't think they had a project before this one, so this would make it their debut album. Now it consists of 20 tracks, which is pretty long, and at this current moment I've managed to make my way halfway through it, and so far it's a pretty dope album. It has that new age trap inspired sound, with some of the tracks focusing on bars and lyricism, which is nice to see them attempt that. In terms of features, they managed to get a lot of guys on the album. I mean, they have Blackie, Maglera Dope Boy, J Molly, Costa Titch, Una Rams, Pretty Ugly, Patrick XX Lee, and many more. So it's definitely an album worth listening to just based on the features alone, but needless to say, these niggas do make good music. So check out the album if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. So still sticking to new music, we have Shane Eagle, who just dropped his highly anticipated sophomore album, Green. Now I guess this is a continuation or sequel to Yellow, and just based off my first listen, I must say it's a really good album start to finish, and it's looking like it could be a top contender for one of the best rap albums to come out in 2022. I mean, Shane really came through on this one, and you can tell he's grown and matured over the past years with some of his raps. I mean, I kind of noticed that he was referencing having a family down the line, where he was talking about living and doing things for his future daughter. He was also reminiscing about his late dad, which was very heartfelt. But in terms of the album as a whole, it was well structured, where each track makes you anticipate the next one. Now, in regards to features, there weren't too many. I mean, he only had Omari Hardwick on Road Signs and Red Veil on the previously released track Sky Dream. And I will say that with Omari Hardwick, guys, he really came through. I mean, who knew that James St. Patrick, or better known as Ghost from Power, like who knew he was a talented poet and rapper? Because damn, I wasn't expecting that from him. But overall, guys, like, the album is dope, and I encourage you guys to go check it out if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts on it once you've listened to it. I'm curious to know. But moving on to the next topic, it looks like Pretty Ugly, Zoocci Coke Dope, and Blackie might have something on the way. Now, we already know that Pretty's album is set in terms of recording. He's just waiting for Zoocci to mix and master it. So it leads me to think that maybe Blackie has something in the works with Zoocci on the production, and Pretty possibly being featured with a verse. Maybe even a verse from Zoocci as well. Who knows at this point? I guess we'll have to wait and see what the final product looks like. But moving on to the next topic, it looks like Zoocci Coke Dope is on a bit of a promo run for his latest project, Anxiety Plus. So he was on Twitter Spaces with Slicker on Life, interacting with fans, and he announced that Die Dope 2 is definitely on the way and dropping this year.
Will you ever get a Die Dope 2? Because I really fuck with it.
Definitely. This year, I promise you.
Alright. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you, man.
He also confirmed that he tried to reach out to the Super Mega himself, aka, so he could curate an album for him, because that's something he's dreamed of doing. But I guess the right time hasn't come yet, but there's still a possibility of it happening.
And then my second question to you is, you once spoke about, and I actually hope you actually still persistent on this, you once spoke about producing for an album for, I think that's in the cards, because I feel like that would be something on another level.
An album for who?
For AKA.
Oh.
You had mentioned that's something you'd actually like to do. And yeah, I feel like that would be coke on steroids.
I mean, we spoken on the phone, you know, we've spoken on the phone a number of times, and it's just a pity nothing has really happened from the phone calls. But like, it's something I always wanted to do, because I believe, you know, I can do something with Wilde, and I hope it happens. But I've tried, and I always do try, you know.
Sure.
And some things happen, some things don't happen, so we just have to wait and see.
And just one more thing, guys, which I found hilarious. So a fan asked Zoocci about an old snippet of Plus Plus and why he didn't include it on the project. This is what Zoocci had to say.
What's up, Zoocci? Big fan here. You good?
I'm alright, brother. How you?
I'm good, thank you, bro. Bro, I just want to know, bro, when are you releasing that song, bro, that says, boy with a light heart, certified
Oh,
gangster.
you don't know what we're doing here. We're talking about the album where that song is on. So I don't think you're a fan as much as you say so. If you don't know if that's out,
Is it on?
damn, bro,
I'm
that's
here,
awkward.
bro.
You came out here to be awkward.
We're gonna remove you real fast, Papa's Dash. Like, go do your research, pana. You know, but
You came out here to be awkward.
alhamdulillah lela manje mfana nje uyekela ukugesa.
Now moving on to the next topic, it looks like Cassper and Vest was spotted in the club with Blackie and Dreamville artist Johnny Venus from Earthgang. Now we all know Blackie will be going on a European tour with Earthgang later this year, so it's dope to see them already creating a relationship with one another, which could potentially translate into new music. And I think this is the second time Cassper and Johnny Venus have been spotted together. I think the first time was when they were shooting the visuals for Asbonge with Major Steez. So maybe Cass and Johnny Venus might have something on the way together as well. And maybe it could be a piano record. Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So on to the next topic, guys. It looks like MashBeatz and R&B singer Cly might have something in the works as well, as an unreleased track was posted on his IG stories. Now personally, that snippet sounds fire, and we know that Mash has attempted to make some R&B records in the past with his project Thanks for Nothing, having a lot of R&B records on there. So it's dope to see him trying to return to that sound, especially with a talented singer like Cly, who is honestly underrated. And I think if he was a bit more serious with his career, or if he wasn't signed to Ambitious, he would probably be one of the top R&B acts in the country. But hey, maybe a boost from Mash is all he needs to spark his career once again. But you guys let me know your thoughts about the snippet. Was it dope or nah? Comment down below. Now moving on to the last topic, it was reported that A-Reece didn't make the Spotify top 10 monthly listener list. Now it all started when SA Hip Hop 24/7 reported the list on Twitter, where Nasty C was number 1 with 765,000 monthly listeners, Cassper and Vest number 2 with 312, Blackie number 3 with 224, Big Zulu number 4 with 207, aka number 5 with 150, A-Reece at number 6 with 87k, Costa Titch at number 7 with 87k, Quest at number 8 with 80k, Shane Eagle at number 9 with 75k, and MT at number 10 with 65k. So Blackie responded to this tweet by saying, "Go double check these numbers please," with a laughing emoji face. And Slicker on Life reported the correct stats, with Saudi number 1 with 1 million listeners, Nasty C at number 2 with 748k, Blackie at number 3 with 429k, Cassper and Vest at number 4 with 307, Big Zulu at number 5 with 204, aka at number 6 with 172, Ricky Rick at number 7 with 153, Costa Titch at number 8 with 126, Quest at number 9 with 104, and Shane Eagle at number 10 with 90k. Now a user responded to the tweet by saying, "Is it me or do I not see Reece up there? Ho etsahalang?" And Slicker responded by saying, "He's on 89k listeners." Now 2 things stood out to me. The first being Saudi being number 1 with 1 million listeners, which is huge, especially for someone who is pretty much a ghost at this point. I mean, when was the last time we heard from Saudi? Because he hasn't released anything new in quite some time now. I think these numbers mostly come from the Black Panther soundtrack done by TDE, where he was featured on there, and I think it truly put him on the map. But I'm curious to know what his monthly hours are looking like. I mean, it's one thing to have a lot of listeners, but are they actually streaming your music? Are they actually putting in those hours for you? I mean, I'm curious to know. And it leads me to the second thing which stood out to me, which is Reece sitting at 89,000 listeners. Now, obviously 89k looks dismal compared to the other artists, But as I just said previously, like, what are the monthly hours looking like? I mean, despite Reece having a low listener count, I'm pretty sure he has one of the top monthly hour counts and streams, because just last year he managed to accumulate 8.4 million streams, 361k listeners, 427,000 hours, and he got played in 160 countries. So it's important to get the full context and also remember that Reece is fully independent, so his exposure isn't as big compared to the other artists who are signed and the other artists who focus on promo. But yeah, guys, what do you think about the list? Were you shocked at some of the results, or do you just not care? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that like button if you found the content dope, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's on to the next one. Peace.